Why deep sea creatures get creepier the deeper you go. Who else is terrified of the ocean? I know I am. I would like to see how far we've gone and what the hell we've seen down there. Let's check it out. Real footage. Oh, he's trying to lock on!
Beneath the surface of our oceans lies a world we were never meant to see.
What the hell is that thing? That thing kind of looks like an elephant smiling on its way to go get a peanut or something.
A realm where light dies and life takes on forms that shouldn't be possible.
I don't remember seeing this in Finding Nemo.
As we descend deeper, crossing the sunlight zone, then the twilight zone, then the midnight zone, the creatures we encounter turn progressively stranger.
There's different zones. I don't know how far we can go. How far can humans go down? So around 36,000 feet we've gone down. How far is that? Hopefully this guy explains. I don't want to dive too deep into it. But imagine just being down there and there's no sunlight and you're just in a submarine with lights. Hell no. That guy has his brain showing. That's an ugliest
rovers
thing.
To Mars. We've mapped distant galaxies. But the deep sea, we've explored less than 5% of it.
That cannot be real.
We know more about the surface of the moon than we do about what's happening 6,000 feet below our own oceans.
How? This
At the
is
surface,
dramatic.
The ocean is bright and full of life. Sunlight fuels plankton blooms, which feed fish, which feed entire food chains stretching from coral reefs to whales.
It's beautiful, honestly.
But drop below 200 meters, and that light begins to fade. We are now entering the twilight zone, a vast belt of ocean stretching down to 1 kilometer deep. Here, the sun's rays are too weak for photosynthesis. The forests of plankton vanish. There are no plants, no green energy.
It's a fish-eat-fish world down here.
Only the slow snowfall of particles drifting from above.
Is that just fish shit just floating down? Gently? Oh, look, it's snowing. No, that's fish shit from the people above who have it better than us.
Tiny fragments of plankton, waste, and the remains of the dead. Scientists call it marine snow.
I
To
called
us,
it.
It looks insignificant. To the creatures here, it is life itself. And where there is food, there is life. But not life as we know it. The animals of the Twilight Zone have evolved into some of the strangest forms on Earth. Many are transparent, their bodies like glass. The glass squid drifts with organs barely visible, a ghost against the blue. The glass octopus is almost invisible, its eyes the only solid feature. Why so many species take on transparency here is still a mystery.
Guys, this looks alien. If this wasn't underwater and it just started floating in your bedroom, you'd be like, fucking ghost. Call the police, call the Ghostbusters, get them in here to suck up this beast.
It may be camouflage, a way to vanish in the faintest light. Or perhaps a way to conserve energy in a world where every pigment costs more than it gives back. Others choose the opposite strategy.
What the hell
Not
is this?
invisibility, but light. In the gloom, some creatures create their own glow through a chemical reaction known as bioluminescence.
Oh, that's cool.
To us, it's dazzling. Flashing dots, glowing patterns, entire bodies flickering like lanterns.
Is this the stuff they put on shoes, like little kid shoes, to get them to light up?
But here, light is survival. Some use it to lure prey, some to find a mate, and
Whoa.
some to disappear. This trick is called counter-illumination. From below, predators can spot a dark silhouette against the faint shimmer above.
Oh.
To hide, animals like the firefly squid cover their bellies with light-producing organs. They adjust the brightness to perfectly match the glow from the surface, erasing their outline and vanishing into the background.
Oh, that's crazy.
It
That's
is
sick.
camouflage by imitation, making light to disappear into light.
This is honestly like another world. This is totally a different world.
Other species play stranger games. The bloody belly comb jelly shines in
Hit me again with that?
The bloody belly comb jelly shines.
The bloody belly comb jelly. Sounds like a delicious dish I'll order later.
The bloody belly comb jelly shines in deep red. Down here, red light never penetrates, making the jelly appear completely black.
Do I have to say what that looks like to me?
Inside its stomach, bioluminescent prey is concealed, hidden from predators that might otherwise detect its glow. In a world defined by light, or the lack of it, every adaptation revolves around who can be seen and who cannot. But the Twilight Zone holds more than tricks of light. It also hosts some of the ocean's greatest spectacles. Each night, as darkness falls above, billions of creatures rise from the depths. Lanternfish, squid, jellies, an entire army of the deep, climbing towards the surface to feed on plankton under cover of night. At dawn, they sink back down, vanishing into the gloom. This vast daily movement is called the Diel vertical migration. It is the largest synchronized migration on Earth, greater in numbers than all herds, all flocks, all swarms combined.
That's how I eat dinner. Hide in the shadows, and then once everybody goes to sleep, I come out and I guess I'll go to McDonald's for a quick bite.
And yet, despite its scale, this event remained hidden until World War II. Naval sonar operators detected a mysterious false seabed, a dense layer that rose every night and sank every morning.
They're probably like, what the hell is this? Are they attacking from below?
It wasn't the ocean floor at all. It was life, an entire invisible world moving as one. The Twilight Zone is where the familiar rules of life begin to bend, where transparency is armor, where light is used to hide, where billions of animals rise and fall in a rhythm older than humanity itself. This is the threshold of the deep, the first layer
Oh,
of
the dude just shit on him and
a
ran.
world we still cannot explain. Past 1 kilometer, all sunlight disappears.
Here we go.
We have reached the Midnight Zone, a
This is the zone protecting the zones from the other zone.
realm stretching down to 4,000 meters. Here, there is no dawn, no dusk, only endless night. Temperatures hover just above freezing. The pressure is hundreds of times greater than at the surface. To human eyes, this seems like a world where nothing could survive. And yet, it is here that evolution becomes most creative.
Really?
Take the dragonfish. Unlike most creatures, it can produce red bioluminescence. To most eyes in the deep sea, red light is invisible, which makes the dragonfish's glow a private searchlight. It illuminates prey without giving itself away.
So he's literally like Predator, but under the sea. Under the sea, under the sea. Brother, it's scary. Get your ass out of here. It's under the sea.
Even more mysterious, its eyes are specially adapted to detect this hidden color. It's as though the dragonfish has invented a secret wavelength seen only by itself. Other predators here are masters of disappearance. Some fish are cloaked in ultra-black skin, so efficient at absorbing light that it reflects less than half a percent of what touches it. Even when a spotlight from a submarine beams directly
Oh, that's with the spotlight on it? Dude, people would kill to put that on their car right now.
on them, they almost vanish. And then there are the anglerfish.
Oh, these guys are scary. Remember that scene from Nemo? Dude, this guy scared me. I wasn't even that young when Nemo came out, and it still terrified me.
Perhaps the strangest hunters in the deep. The female dangles a luminous lure in front of her mouth, drawing in unsuspecting
Look
prey.
at that thing.
But her greatest mystery lies in reproduction. Males are born tiny, weak, and helpless. Their only task is to find a female, a nearly impossible feat in the vast dark ocean. When he does, he latches onto her with special jaws, fusing his body into hers.
Whoa.
His organs wither away until he is little more than a sack of sperm, permanent.
That's his whole life. His whole life is to swim around, trying to find this one female. And as soon as he does, he just turns into a semen sack. What a life!
Attached, nourished by her blood. It is one of the most extreme forms of sexual adaptation known in the animal.
Look, she's just oozing with it. He was a sack full of it, so much it's coming out on strings.
Kingdom. Not every animal here is a hunter. Some are opportunists.
That thing just looks scared. Hi, guys! Help!
Scavengers waiting for the fall of food from above. A single whale carcass sinking to this depth becomes an oasis.
Ooh, those look like aliens, for real. Those are like the Greys. Oh, that's so crazy.
Entire communities for decades. And yet,
little baby squiddies.
Even with submersibles, what we know of this zone is fragmentary. For every species documented, scientists believe dozens remain unknown. Each dive into the Midnight Zone uncovers creatures never before seen by science. Animals with glowing eyes, needle-like teeth, or bodies so fragile they disintegrate when brought to the surface. This is the Midnight Zone, a world where light is weapon, where invisibility is survival, where even reproduction follows rules beyond our imagination. 4 kilometers down, we leave the open waters and touch the bottom of the abyss. This is the abyssal plain, one of the largest habitats on Earth, covering more than half of the planet's surface.
I don't see shit down there.
And yet, it is also one of the least understood. Here, there are no landmarks, no coral reefs, no kelp forests, no towering mountains. Only a vast desert of mud stretching for thousands of kilometers in every direction. Temperatures never rise above 4 degrees Celsius.
Oh, what is that thing?
Food is scarce. Survival here demands strategies.
A fish on stilts? What the hell?
Unlike anywhere else on Earth. One adaptation is size. Many animals of the abyss are giants compared to their shallow water relatives. Giant isopods, the size of
a roly-poly-oly? How did a roly-poly-oly get down there?
Giant isopods, the size of puppies, scuttle across the sediment. Amphipods, normally tiny, can grow longer than a human hand. Even the colossal squid, among the largest invertebrates alive, is thought to prowl these depths.
That thing is scary. Is it the squid that they see the whales and they're like suction cupped onto them? Suction cup scars, like they got into battles and they're hunting them? I wonder if that's true with the pirate ships. Like all the depictions of a octopus bringing it down, because we don't know how massive they are. And when we started traveling the sea, maybe they just thought it was whales from above and attacked it. I don't know.
Scientists call this phenomenon deep-sea gigantism, but why it occurs remains an open mystery. Some suggest it conserves energy. Others think it provides better defense against scarce predators. The truth is, we still don't know. Another oasis of life arrives when giants from above fall. A dead whale sinking to the abyssal plain becomes a rare jackpot. Within hours, scavengers gather. Sharks, hagfish, amphipods. Soon after, stranger creatures move in. Bone-eating worms called Osidax.
I'm glad we don't have that in the surface. Start over, please. Please teach me about the bone-eating worms.
Stranger creatures move in. Bone-eating worms called Osidax colonize the skeleton, feeding on oils locked inside the bones. Entire ecosystems spring up on a single carcass, lasting decades, until all that remains is dust.
Wow.
Other animals here survive on less dramatic meals. The vampire squid, despite its terrifying name, is not a predator at all.
Oh, okay,
It collects drifting particles of marine snow using long, sticky filaments. Even in the oxygen-starved depths, it thrives, using a blood pigment with the highest oxygen affinity of any known cephalopod. In this desert of silt and silence, life is slow. Creatures grow slowly,
Ew.
reproduce rarely, and live for centuries. The Greenland shark, which can dwell at these depths, may live over 400 years, the longest lifespan of any vertebrate known. Time itself seems to move differently here.
400 years alive, underwater, just not seeing shit, swimming in one direction, not knowing if you're gonna bonk something with your nose for 400 years. I'd rather not.
And yet, even the abyss is not empty. Each grain of sediment hides countless microbes, recycling nutrients, sustaining a hidden food web that we are only beginning to map. The abyssal plains remind us of Earth's scale. They cover more territory than all forests, grasslands, and deserts combined, yet remain largely unseen, unexplored, and unexplained. Beyond the abyssal plain lies an even deeper frontier, the trenches. Carved by tectonic forces, these are the scars of the Earth, places where one plate of the planet's crust slides beneath another, pulling the ocean floor down into unfathomable depths.
Are we about to get into the Marianas Trench? I do not know if I want to know what's down there.
Here begins the Hadal Zone, named after Hades, the underworld. It stretches from 6,000 meters all the way down to the deepest known point on Earth.
Was that oil? You know someone's
6,000
pissed.
meters all the way down.
Look at that oil coming out of there. Dang-o.
Down to the deepest known point on Earth, nearly 11,000 meters below the surface. To put that in perspective, if Mount Everest were dropped into the Mariana Trench, its peak would still be more than a mile underwater.
That's kind of crazy. That's deep.
Conditions here are almost beyond comprehension. Temperatures remain near freezing. Pressures can exceed 1,000 times what we experience at the surface. To a human body, it would be instantly fatal. And yet, life not only survives here, it thrives. Among the most astonishing creatures are the snailfish that inhabit the very bottom of trenches. Fragile, gelatinous, with thin, translucent skin, they look too delicate to exist in such a hostile world. Yet they are the deepest living vertebrates ever discovered, thriving where no other fish can.
So we can't research these, right? Because the pressure would just get to them and they just, you know? So we'll never really understand these guys unless we dissect them under there, I guess.
Their bodies lack rigid bones, and their cell structures are reinforced with unique molecules that keep proteins functioning under crushing pressure. Other inhabitants are smaller but no less extraordinary. Amphipods, shrimp-like crustaceans, swarm across the trench floor in huge numbers. Recent studies found plastic fibers inside their bodies, proof that even these most remote habitats are touched by human waste.
Oh, wow. Good for
It
us.
is a sobering reminder that the deep is not as isolated as we once believed.
Yep. We're doing it. Guys, we're doing it. Whoa, what is this?
At
Volcanoes.
hydrothermal vents along trench walls,
Oh,
life takes
hydrothermal.
an even stranger turn. Here, microbes feed not on sunlight or marine snow, but on chemicals spewing from the Earth's crust. Hydrogen sulfide, methane, even metals dissolved in superheated water. Entire communities of worms, clams, and crabs depend on these microscopic pioneers.
This looks like the scary place where if Nemo's life turned out different, this is where he'd hang out. You know what I mean? Playing blackjack, gambling, maybe in a little 40 in a brown paper bag, just waiting for his dad to pull up, but he never finds him. This is where Nemo would be.
It is a food web based on chemistry, not photosynthesis, showing us that life can exist in conditions utterly alien to the surface. These discoveries fuel a larger question. If life can adapt to such extremes here
It's all
on
moldy.
Earth, could it not also exist on other worlds? Icy moons like Europa and Enceladus hide oceans beneath their frozen crusts, warmed not by sunlight, but by internal heat. To study the Hadal Zone is to glimpse the possibilities of extraterrestrial oceans.
But do we really want to uncrack that? What if there's something crazy just underneath the surface of an ice planet or whatever the hell you just said, and we crack the surface and it just releases the hell demons and then it follows us back to Earth and we all die. Maybe the smart guys know more than I do and I'm just a dummy.
And yet, despite its importance, we know almost nothing about the trenches. Fewer people have visited the Mariana Trench than have stood on the surface of the moon.
That's a crazy stat.
Each dive brings back creatures unknown to science, from translucent sea cucumbers drifting like parachutes to gelatinous blobs with no clear anatomy.
I wonder how much stuff they see and it's actually just like a part of a decomposing thing from above that's floating down. And then what is actually real? Like, this thing has a life inside of it. What the hell is that? A little flea tick? An ocean flea?
To microbes whose metabolisms remain a mystery. For centuries, humans imagined the trenches as lifeless voids, silent graves beneath the sea. What we've found instead is resilience, life that bends, reshapes, and reinvents itself to endure the most extreme pressures imaginable. For all we have seen, the deep sea remains a world of questions. More than 80% of the ocean is still unexplored. Each dive into the depths, each ROV expedition, brings back creatures never before imagined. Transparent fish, glowing worms, jellies that break every rule of biology. It is a world where discovery is not rare, but constant. Even among the animals we know, so much remains unsolved. Why do so many deep-sea creatures grow to
Does that thing have a burrito in its mouth? It looks like it's chomping a burrito.
Enormous sizes? The giant isopods, the colossal squid, the amphipods the length of a human hand. Why do others turn nearly invisible? Or cloak themselves in ultra-black skin that absorbs almost all light?
Oh, did you see that action pose to the camera? Run it back.
Cloak themselves in ultra-black skin that absorbs almost all light. The greatest mystery of all may be bioluminescence. Nearly 3/4 of deep-sea life produces light, yet the reasons vary wildly. Hunting, hiding, mating, or simply surviving. We still cannot explain how many of these species evolved such complex chemical systems, or why some can glow in colors that no other animal can see. There are deeper puzzles still. For now, these are mysteries without explanation. Perhaps that is what makes them so powerful. They remind us that Earth still holds secrets. Secrets worth protecting. Secrets worth discovering.
Wow. W video, guys. I'm just upset that we didn't get to see SpongeBob and the gang. If you liked it, let me know down below. I'll see you in the next one. Love ya. Bye.